Imagine a place that looks perfectly normal from the outside, yet inside hides stories so horrifying they can drain the blood from your veins. A place where mornings arrive like anywhere else, but for those trapped inside, hope dies with every sunrise. Here, women are not just imprisoned in chains, their very souls are shackled. Many believe prisons are always harsh, but few realize that around the world exists women's prisons so brutal, so inhumane, that the word justice loses all meaning. Inside these walls, inmates are not simply serving sentences. They are forced to fight every single day for their dignity, their survival, and even their existence. In this documentary, we explore 5 of the world's most terrifying women's prisons, places where freedom is almost impossible, and where even the smallest mistake can transform an entire life into a living nightmare. Our journey begins in Spain, at the infamous Lardero Women's Prison, hidden in the city of Logroño. It appears from the outside to be just another government building, clean and secure. But once you step inside, an invisible darkness begins to suffocate. Officially, the prison was built for women with mental illness, but in reality, it cages some of the most violent criminals in Spain, women convicted of crimes like child murder, rape, and serial abuse. Their minds are so unstable they act without remorse, without fear of punishment. In 2015, the prison made headlines when a female inmate was found dead under mysterious circumstances. Her body revealed nail marks deep inside her flesh, suggesting another prisoner may have killed her. But there were no witnesses, and the cameras were conveniently turned off. With too few guards and psychiatrists themselves breaking under the pressure, many staff have resigned. New recruits refuse to join. Spanish media now call Lardero Women's Prison nothing less than a corner of hell. From Spain, our journey takes us to Colombia, where El Buen Pastor Prison stands as another monument of cruelty. Its name means the Good Shepherd, but inside there is no kindness, no compassion, only suffering. Once a religious institution, it was later converted into a women's prison meant to rehabilitate. Instead, it has become one of South America's most notorious jails, designed to hold 1,000 inmates. Today, it crams more than 2,000 women into cells, so overcrowded that 10 to 12 share a single filthy room. Food is scarce and of poor quality, served only twice a day. Weeks can pass without clean drinking water. The toilets are broken, disease spreads like wildfire, and survival itself becomes a battle. But the true nightmare lies in the power of the Los Reens gang, which rules the prison from the inside. New inmates are forced into labor, beaten if they resist, and sometimes exploited in even darker ways. In El Buen Pastor, justice ends at the gate, and terror rules within. And then there is Qarchak Prison in Iran, a name that has become synonymous with fear, injustice, and despair. Often called the Hell of Women, it is not just one of the most notorious prisons in the Middle East, but one of the cruelest in the world. Located 30 kilometers from Tehran, isolated in the desert, Qarchak cages not only criminals but also political prisoners, female journalists, activists, and even teenage girls detained without trial. The conditions here are almost unimaginable. In cells designed for 40, more than 50 women are crammed together. For months, they may go without clean drinking water. Sanitation is nearly non-existent. Medical care is scarce, and disease runs rampant. But perhaps the greatest cruelty is not just the physical suffering, but the erasure of identity, dignity, and hope. In Qarchak, women are not just prisoners, they are forgotten souls, buried alive in the desert sands. Inside Qarchak Prison, privacy does not exist. Bathrooms and toilets are completely open, with no curtains and no dignity. The food is often rotten, foul-smelling, and even crawling with insects. One inmate once confessed, "We live worse than animals. Our cries are heard by no one." Women here are subjected to electric shocks, forced medication, and frequent physical assaults. Many prisoners are chained and monitored every second by surveillance cameras. Even female guards are known to participate in abuse, beating inmates, stripping them of their clothes, and deliberately placing political prisoners together to crush their mental strength. In 2020, Qarchak gained international attention when human rights lawyer Nazreen Sotuda was held here. She was denied food, locked in a small cell, and when she began a hunger strike, she was force-fed against her will. From the outside, the prison looks calm and quiet, but its walls hold nothing but screams. Across the ocean, In the United States stands the Louisiana Correctional Institute for Women. When people think of American prisons, they imagine modern systems of discipline and rehabilitation. But this facility tells a different story, one of fear and inhumanity. It is Louisiana's largest women's prison, housing over 1,000 inmates, many convicted of horrific crimes such as murder, child abuse, and drug trafficking. Yet the true terror is not just the prisoners, but the system within. Here, gangs dominate life behind bars. Groups like the Blood Sisters, the Venom Queens, and the Third Circle operate as shadow governments inside the prison, demanding money and goods from newcomers, punishing resistance with beatings, forced sexual acts, and sometimes even murder. In 2009, the prison erupted in a violent riot that left dozens injured and one woman dead. And then, there is the most feared prison of Qarchak's infamous Black Dolphin. The very name sends shivers down the spine of criminals. Many believe it to be only a men's prison, but it has its own women's section, where reality feels like a cold, silent death. Located near the frozen border of Russia and Kazakhstan, temperatures outside drop to -20°C, but the walls inside feel even colder. Here, female prisoners endure the strictest regime imaginable. Out of 24 hours, they spend 23 alone in their cells. Sleep is allowed only at fixed hours, otherwise they must remain standing. Every movement is watched by guards and cameras. Prisoners are forced to walk bent over, heads down, hands tied behind their backs. Most are convicted of the worst crimes: child murder, serial killings, and terrorism. No family visits, no phone calls, no letters, no therapy, only relentless interrogations, designed to break their minds. Over time, many lose their sanity, and even the light in their eyes begins to fade. These are the 5 most terrifying women's prisons in the world, places where every wall holds a story of fear, every gate hides a nightmare, and every prisoner becomes part of a reality darker than any horror film. These are not just prisons, they are factories of despair, where ordinary women are transformed by cruelty into something unrecognizable.